Hey, I want to read something out of the Bible here. See, the New English Bible, New Testament. In the book of Galatians chapter 3 it says, "You stupid Galatians, you must have been bewitched, you before whose eyes Jesus Christ was openly displayed upon his cross. Answer me one question. Did you receive the Spirit by keeping the law, or by being the gospel, or by believing the gospel message? Can it be that you are so stupid? You started with the spiritual. Do you now look to the material to make you perfect? Have all your great experiences been in vain? If vain indeed they should be, I ask you then, when God gives you the Spirit and works miracles among you, why is this? It is because you keep the law? Or is it because you have faith in the gospel message? Look at Abraham. He put his faith in God, and that faith was counted to him as righteousness. You know, and you people wonder, well, I don't know. You don't want me to come to your churches anyways. I don't go to a local church. Only meetings I go to is meetings where people preach the truth and out of the glory, you know. Not so much, I don't go just for preaching. I go there to fellowship with God, with his body, in the freedom of the Spirit and the glory realm. But one thing about it, you know, one thing about it is I am really, what upsets me is, I went to a youth meeting a couple of times here where I'm at, and you know, and the kids were having so much, I mean, they could really worship God. They had all these instruments and they were all playing. It was just beautiful. But the people that's running the place, they got up and started preaching, and I'm telling you, they laid on so much condemnation and guilt on these poor kids with their so-called message of the gospel, you know, declaring that they're so full of sin, you know, preaching about how full of sin they are, that these poor kids were all crawling around, literally crawling around on their bellies, just crying and begging God to forgive them for all their terrible sins. And you know, the sad thing about it is that the majority of the kids there probably, you know, were not committing any sins, but because of the preachings and the teachings that they were receiving, they believe that they're so unholy and that they're so imperfect, you know. And they don't. What I'm trying to say is they were preaching. They weren't teaching the perfection of Christ within us. So, you know, how are you going to walk around and hold your head up high, or anybody is going to hold, you know, going to feel good about themselves, is all, if that's all they think about is how unholy, how imperfect, and how unrighteous they are, and how full of sin they are. You know, how are you going to live your life like that? I mean, what that ultimately leads to is depression and guilt, and you end up getting on medication and everything else like that because you feel like you're a worthless piece of crap, you know. And so, but you know, I'm talking to you people out there that are criticizing this message, so I'm not going to go in here and teach you anything because you guys refuse to hear the truth. It's just like in Ezekiel, God said that they're stiff-necked, stiff-hearted. Your hearts are hardened. You will not listen to the gospel message. You choose to believe what you want to believe, and you take and basically it's the message of the world that whoever's on top is on top. You know, it's a bunch of garbage, and you need to get the world out of the church. But you know, you're not going to listen to somebody like me because you freaking know it all, because you're so freaking smart, you know. But I'm going to tell you something, man. The day will come, okay? Your day will come, alright? And it may be today. So have fun with your church meetings. See ya!